Hello everyone, my name is Rafael Ndakwira, a student at Zitech University, currently pursuing Bachelor's of Education Arts and Social Sciences, specializing in English and Literature. Please join me in this lesson for the course Planning and Economics of Education. In this lesson, we shall introduce the concept of educational planning before moving to its characteristics, principles, and rationale. We shall also discuss brief historical perspectives of educational planning in Kenya. Please welcome. Educational planning, according to Coombs, 1970, education planning is the application of rational systematic analysis to the process of educational development with the aim of making education more effective and efficient in responding to the needs of goals and society. Remember, one of the aims of education is to respond to meet the needs of the students and society and the national goals. Okay, so um, educational planning is the rational systematic analysis. It should be a rational systematic analysis to the process of educational development, and it should have an aim of making education more effective and efficient to correspond to the needs and goals of students and society. We shall move to the characteristics of educational planning. Number one, choice of best alternative. Modern educational planning is a logical, systematic, and scientific process different from the elementary kinds of procedure utilized in the past of bringing about changes in the systems of education. So the choice of best alternative. Number two is teamwork. Planning should be a responsibility of all people concerned with the desired change. People who want any change in the education, they should have a responsibility in that planning. They should share their views, share the ideas, brainstorm with other team members in order to meet the educational goals. So a team of experts and responsible people should determine the goals and appropriate ways of attaining them. Cooperation. Modern educational planning emphasizes involvement of representatives of most of the concerned sectors of the society in the process of planning. So they should involve other members of the society in order to marry the other sectors of the economy, such as the agricultural sector, uh, tourist sectors. So educational planning should emphasize involvement of representatives. Cooperative planning is also considered an important principle of planning in all fields, not just in education, but in other fields. Social and economic goals. Modern education planning emphasizes that the goals of a democratic society should be social, should involve people, and economic, should boost the economy of the nation, concerned with the welfare and progress of all citizens, rather than selfish goals of some special interest groups. Remedial measures. With appropriate planning procedures, it is possible to identify any maladjustments or deficiencies in the system that cause educational problems. So identify the cause of the educational problem and suggesting relevant solution is the main objective of educational planning. Educational planning, the main of the objective of educational planning is uh, identifying the cause of educational problems and suggesting relevant solution, which we shall see at the end, near the end of this lesson. So let's go to the principles of educational planning. Number one is educational planning but must be one aspect of general national planning. It should involve the nation. It should marry or should respond to the national goals and objectives. Research-based planning is based on system analysis. They analyze the system so that the progress keeps on going. Like they've said, the planning must be a continuous process. Remember, learning is a continuous process. So planning must also be a continuous process to accommodate or respond any changes that may occur over time in the education system. Planning must be realistic and practical. The planners, the enumerators should go to the field and analyze the educational system. Planning should provide for continuous evaluation. They should judge at the end, maybe at the end of the term, at the end of the year, at the end of the semester. Yeah, the planning should provide continuous evaluation. Planning must involve active and continuing participation of all interested individuals and groups. All interested individuals in the community should be involved when any planning is being implemented. These are the stakeholders, for example. The content and scope of planning should be determined by the needs of the individuals. Individuals here are the students and groups to be served. Okay, so the societal needs and individuals' needs should be should should also be determined when planning in educational system. Planning should utilize the services of specialists without allowing them to dominate. Remember, we've just said it is teamwork and it involves the community. So specialists should not be allowed to dominate, but members of the community should also be involved. So rationale for educational planning. These are the importance of educational planning. Number one, it ensures success of education institutions by clarifying goals and means to attain them in consideration of issues, conditions, constraints, and factors in education. Planning also explores possible alternatives and optimum utilization of limited resources. Remember, some resources are very limited, and therefore planning should utilize them to the optimum. Effective and efficient planning saves time, effort, and money. Yeah, of course, it saves the resources, the time, resources, the money, and effort, human effort. Educational planning also provides coordination as a means to achieve predetermined purposes. Remember, there are predetermined goals and objectives before implementing the plan in education system. So it should coordinate. There should be a coordination as a means to achieve those purposes. Education is a public service on demand as supplied by the government, hence necessary to plan to fit into other public sectors of the economy. Remember, when the government releases the budget, this education that is being listed among the budget. Okay, so it it is a public service and it should respond to the national goals of the government. It serves as a guideline for monitoring educational activities such as the number of students, the enrollment methods used, the the population in school, maybe the fluctuations in population at the in the school. So we shall move to the brief historical perspective of educational planning in Kenya. We shall start from uh, in a logical manner. Number one is the Ominde Commission, which was established to formulate a new education policy, emphasizing national unity and human capital development. The Ominde Commission was established to formulate a new education policy to emphasize national unity and human capital development. Then after this, there was the Gachati Report 1976, which redefined educational policies set or established by the Ominde Commission. So it considered national unity and the people's social, economic, and cultural aspirations. The Mackay Report 1981 led to the 844 educational system expansion of post-secondary institutions and the establishment of more university and the Commission of Higher Education. McKay report was the first to establish the 844 education system, which is being broken down to moving, which is being moved to CBC system, competency-based curriculum. Then there's the Kamunge Report 1988. It aimed to improve education financing, quality, and relevance, introducing cost sharing between the government, parents, and communities. The Kamunge report understood that in educational planning, there should be involvement of the community, and therefore to involve the government, the parents, and the communities. Then there's the COH report 2000, which recommended totally integrated quality education and training ticket to promote national unity, social responsibility, industry, and lifelong learning. There have been recent initiatives focused on achieving education for all, EFA, and universal primary education, UPE. This emphasizes the equity, quality, effectiveness, relevance, and efficiency. There was the introduction of the free primary education in 2003, which expanded in 2005 by His Excellency President Mwai Kibaki. Then in 2010, a task force aligned education with Constitution and Vision 2030, proposing a shift from the 844 system to a 2663 structure and competence-based curriculum, CBC, and assessment. 2010, there was a task force to shift the, the past, the 844 system, which has been being used in the educational system, and now we are shifting to the competency-based curriculum system, which has the structure 2663. Okay, thank you, and that was my lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.